Okay, so today we're going to go and speak about is there giving in love. I wanted to just give everyone who is attending the May 15th Bible study with me at 9 p.m. to about 9:45 p.m. a brief synopsis of the types of things that we would possibly go over. I know our first week we're going to go over studying. We won't have time to go in depth about what is actually studying, but next week we're going to go upon the studying as a spiritual discipline and how to come closer to Christ by studying and the reasons for doing so. So the mission of this presentation is to give you a brief synopsis of what we would actually be speaking about sometimes, and to conclude with, is there giving in love? Now, when you speak about the etymology of the word love, etymology, it's the study of the change of words throughout history. We can see that Jesus had a different view of the leaders as well as other people of his view of love. We can see that Adolf Hitler had a different view of love in comparison to different leaders as well as people. When you think about all the people around you, think about your friends, think about your family, think about significant others that you've had in the past. Everyone essentially has a different view of what love actually entails. And the view of love, of how we're going to study it, we're going to study it from its origin, from the Old Testament. The Old Testament is written in a couple of languages. Mostly it's written in Hebrew. There's some small parts are written in Aramaic. A few chapters in Ezra and Daniel are written in Aramaic. And there's one particular verse in Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 11, that many scholars dispute about the context of the origin of the word love. And we have in the New Testament, which is written in Greek, it also has a different definition of love. Love in general, it comes from the beginning, the word ahab, which means to love. Excuse me if I'm stating these Hebrew words wrong. So it becomes first a verb in the Old Testament, to love. And then we have the word ahava, which in general means love. So ahava stems from the word aheb. And love has different characteristics. If you look at my post from April 6, 2014 on Instagram, you'll see that I kind of conjure up some words that relate to exactly what I just stated here. We have romantic relationships, also called eros, is referenced in several verses in Song of Songs. We have philia, which relates to close relationships of love. And this is where we get the city name Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. So brotherly love also ties into close relationships, Philadelphia, philia. And we have family love. Family love, just, we can think about it, parental love, sibling love, other relationships with cousins, aunts, and uncles is referenced as storge. I would also reference agape here, but agape is mainly in the New Testament. And right now we're just trying to understand the Old Testament origin of the word love. The meaning of this. The meaning of the word love is broken down into two parts, the root word and also the modifier. The root word means to give. So out of the word ahava has the root word to give. And we have this X-looking thing. It looks like an X. That's called an aleph. That's called an aleph in the Hebrew language, and it's used as a modifier. What is a modifier? For people who forgot, based on their English classes in the past, a modifier is a word or phrase that adds detail or description to a sentence. So we can see that that X-looking thing in the back of the word acts as a modifier, and actually that's the beginning of the word. How do I know that's the beginning? Because in the Hebrew text, words are words are written from right to left. They're not written from left to right. In the English language, we write from left to right. In the Hebrew language, they write from right to left. So the X-looking thing here, the Aleph, is actually the beginning of the word, right? And we look at the word Aleph, and it coincides, it's in comparison to the word Alpha, which is referenced as the beginning. So we often say that he is the Alpha and Omega. He is the beginning and the end. And this modifier text is an Aleph, which is in comparison to the first letter of our alphabet. Therefore, the word ahava has a double meaning. Its double meaning means to give, or I give, or love. So within the context, within the within the word ahava, which is love in English, we have the word I give. So now we need to understand, is there giving in love? Is there giving in love? That's what we need to conclude by. Yes, there is giving in love. Why? Because within the root word of love is the word to give or I give. Therefore, love is an action verb because you have to give. It's even within the word. So now what I'll do often is post videos such as this just so we can have a more of a general understanding of word usage, of study materials, of different concepts. I would suggest that you add me as a friend on Facebook through my fan page at Professor Phanor, or through my Instagram for people who don't follow me on Instagram. I often have more diverse material on Instagram, and you'll be able to see videos such as these if you use the search terms through YouTube of Professor Phanor or Home Alert Eli Phanor. So I'll see some of you on May 15th, next Thursday at 9 p.m. or earlier, so we can have a little short discussion, and I'll speak to you soon.